Yes, GS Paul again. You remember we were dealing with the nervous system, which is divided into three parts: the central nervous system, the peripheral nervous system, and the sense organs. Central nervous system consists of two portions, brain and spinal cord. The peripheral nervous system consists of peripheral nerves, that is cranial nerves and the spinal nerves. And the sense organs, eye, ear, nose, tongue and skin. I have already done with brain and spinal cord. Today we will be dealing with the peripheral nervous system, that means the nerves of the brain and the nerves of the spinal cord. The nerves of the brain are called cranial nerves, and the nerves from the spinal cord are called spinal nerves. There are 12 pairs of cranial nerves. That means the nerves which come out of the brain. They are called cranial nerves because the nerves that come out of the brain appear to be coming out of the cranium. The skull is divided into two portions. The upper portion is called the cranium. The front portion is called the face. And the nerves that come out of the brain appear to be coming out of the cranium, hence the name cranial nerves. There are 12 pairs of cranial nerves, namely olfactory, optic, oculomotor, trochlear, trigeminal, abducent, facial, vestibular, glossopharyngeal, vagus, hypoglossal, and accessory. Now, what is important is to remember this name in that particular order. To remember this name in that particular order, we have certain sentences, and the first letter of each word of the sentence makes the first letter of the name of each nerve. And these sentences are called mnemonics. The first thing is that we have to remember these names of these nerves. The second thing is what is their nature. That is, if they are sensory, motor, or both, that means mixed. To remember their nature also, we have sentences, and these are mnemonics. I will tell you the sentence for the name of the nerves and the sentence for the nature of the nerves. Now the sentence for the names of the nerves is: occasionally, old owls travel through abandoned form villages, gathering vegetables and herbs. If you take the first letter of each word of this sentence, that will give you the first letter of the name of each cranial nerve. So that is how you can remember the 12 pairs of cranial nerves. Now, to remember their nature, the other mnemonic is: some say money matters, but my boss says bright brains matter most. The first letter of each word of this sentence will indicate the nature of the nerve, like sensory, motor, and so on. Now, So you have to remember the name, the nature of the nerve, and then where does it go to? That means it innervates what part of the body. For example, the olfactory innervates the nose, the optic innervates the eye, and oculomotor innervates the muscles of the eye, and trochlear also muscles of the eye. The trigeminal innervates the nose and the tongue. Then abducent also supplies the muscles of the eye. Facial, as the name indicates, supplies the face and the ear. Vestibular supplies the inner ear, which consists of vestibule and cochlea. And pharynx, the glossopharyngeal to the pharynx, the vagus to the heart and larynx, the hypoglossal to the tongue, and accessory to the skull muscles. These are the 12 pairs of cranial nerves supplying the respective organs and their nature. That means the sensory, motor are mixed. That is all about cranial nerves. We come to spinal nerves. Spinal nerves are 32 pairs which come out of this vertebral column, one pair in between each pair of the vertebrae. All the spinal nerves are mixed. That means they are the sensory as well as the motor. They supply to all the organs of the body in the viscera. And depending upon their nature, the ones which come out of in the region of the neck are called cervicals. In the region of the thorax are called thoracic nerves, and the nerves which come in the region of the abdomen are called lumbar nerves, and the which come from the pelvis region are called sacral nerves, and the tail region are called coccygeal nerves. So there are thus the spinal nerves, and all spinal nerves are mixed. That means they are sensory as well as motor. And the nerves from the brain or these cranial nerves. That is about peripheral nervous system, and that is what I have to tell you about the peripheral nervous system today. As this lesson is virtual, as I often say, if you have any question, please ask those questions in the comment section. I will answer all those questions which come into your mind. There will be definitely quite a few questions coming up in your mind to ask. Thank you very much. That's all for today.